see that I will have to teach you how to win.
Forged in the lockdown. Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the Unfathomable quiz.
Unfathomable quiz.
Critical questions.
Guys are morons.
I'm going to start muting them all. I've got a button for that now.
Critical morons.
And I added in pling mute all. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb questions I can find. And with any luck, my guests will be able to answer all of them.
And the fucking host.
And maybe the host.
If he feels up to it.
If he feels like it, yeah. I'm sick. You can't make me answer.
Okay.
When are you not?
That's shh. Today we've got with us Manda. We've got Mathpig. We've got Purple. Oh, still muted.
Hello.
We've got Black Sofa.
Hey,
We've got Jenny.
Hi.
And we've got Jeff.
Ahoy. Dave, you want the good news or the bad news? The good news is you might get a super chat at some point soon. The bad news is that Egyptian hieroglyphs are being added to Google.
That's not a good sign. Which means I'm opening a browser now.
I'm a damn.
Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Yeah.
oh,
Jeff-
dear.
Digital Hammurabi put them up to that.
They don't do Egyptian. They do Cyrillic. Cyrillic? Is that what they do? I forgot what it is.
Akkadian.
They have Cyrillic.
We have Cyrillic. You've completely thrown me now. Does everyone have a good weekend? It feels like forever since we've been here.
I built a table.
It's
We
interesting.
built a table. Is it still standing?
Oh man, I can stand on it. It's that well built.
Go on then.
No.
We like accidents on our channel.
No. No.
Is it a coffee table?
No.
I'm well aware of that.
Is it
What,
a
you-
side table?
No.
It's a homemade table. I built it from scratch to
Yeah,
fit
I
Yes.
had to stop him from getting up on it to prove
Is
that
it
he
a
could stand on it because I
scratch
knew he
table?
would break his neck.
You mean he hasn't tested it?
Don't fucking encourage him.
You've got your computer on an untested desk.
No, computer's underneath the desk.
That's even worse. Now the desk will come falling down upon it.
Mm.
Yeah. You have to
you're gonna
test
have-
it.
You guys are going to have
That's
to be a
fair.
bit sensitive with me today, okay? You do know this.
Why?
Well, because I'm a whiny baby who takes offence at people who call out my own perversions.
You have perversions.
Mm.
Which one in particular bothers you?
Apparently, the fact that I'm gay and I didn't know nothing about that, but
Oh,
yeah.
Stupid.
Mm.
You
Well,
need
that's
to do
your
something.
insult is, oh, you're gay. It's just,
I've had that repeatedly today.
Have you told your husband you're gay?
Oh,
Right.
oh yeah, but I actually just had to point out that I'm straight, and I've got a response saying, "Really, are you any different from a homosexual?"
Are you any different from? Does he not know what?
Like, the fact that I'm attracted to women, dipshit.
All right. Do say thank you very much, Ox, for your $2 super chat. Now, who would send Critical a super chat? See, that's in English. That's how you do a super chat. And thank you, Uhan, for your super chat saying, I have red ants on my butt in Spanish. I don't. I don't like red ants. I've once sat where there were red ants. It did not end well. Right. Should we do some questions?
That's why
No.
we're here.
No. A question. 1,004. Question 1,470. What is your favourite smell?
coffee.
Coffee.
Ooh, that is right up there.
Well, yeah.
Considering my sinuses, I'm just happy when I can smell anything.
Did you? I don't want to say that out loud. Jenny.
Baked goods,
Baked
and
goods.
I think bread comes down on that as number one.
Tusk says my own fart. Doorknobhead says bacon. See, I think bacon beats coffee. Math Pig?
Strawberry cheesecake.
Okay. Jeff?
Tough one. It's not Gwyneth Paltrow candles, that's for certain. It's possibly some of the stuff that is not legal to smoke in the UK. I do like that aroma.
Brainbug says he thinks weed.
Wait, but he also said
The pink thing I keep in the bedroom.
Yeah, is he talking? Does he like the smell of the pink thing, or is it just a random mention of his?
No, he likes the smell of it. I'm not quite sure what it is, or why he hasn't watched it yet.
Okay, I'm glad that you knew what that was.
Jeff, may I ask a question? How long did it take to go through the Gwyneth Paltrow candle?
I'll just say I don't think you get your money's worth.
Ox says, fresh spring air after a warm rain. Is that not petrichor? Petrichor?
Yes, that is right.
I guess I'd have to go with baking chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice out there. That's up there.
Go on.
And my favourite is camembert.
Oh, that's horrible. How could you?
It's delicious.
It's so not. It's evil. Randy says bacon or good cannabis. Gary says my wife's neck.
See, I don't like the smell of weed.
Do you not?
No,
I like the smell of. I like the smell. I'm not so keen on the smoked smell, but I quite like raw herb.
You'd have to be a lot more specific than just weed, because
I was just about to say that.
it's like some varieties are great, and I have smelled skunk weed, and it's called that for a reason.
Somebody should come up with bacon flavored weed.
I thought someone had.
It probably exists
out there somewhere.
It probably exists.
I've lost where we're up to. The smell of weed gives Uhan a headache. Randy says cookies is a strong answer. Bacon is a close second.
Well, if you like bacon, I used to make my own beef jerky, and the smoker smelled good from that.
Ox, I think it's petrichor. I could be. Oh, I'm gonna have to look it up now. 2 seconds. No idea.
You, Dave.
Me? I'm going to vanilla.
I will say, I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Why?
Smells like victory.
Doorknob head.
You're welcome, Dave.
Doorknob head says, I'm changing my answer to Gary Priestley's wife's neck. Brainbug, I'm also switching my answer to Gary's wife. I have got to smell Gary's wife's neck. Randy says, Kush or Gorilla Glue. The hell is that? Incense burner. What smell?
I don't have that. This one's strawberry because I don't have any like the cannabis one at the moment, but the strawberry one's rather nice.
I like vanilla. I like sweet. I like. You know what? I quite like citrus smells in incense and oils.
You would love this weed, right?
Dragon's blood's a nice incense.
It's like really, really strong lemons.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I really like the smell of a brand new book.
Yes. But I say that I quite like the smell of a very old book too.
Okay.
Yes.
An additional question: what weird smell do you like the best? Something like, I like the smell of Leia's puppy breath in the morning, even though it's terrible.
Oh my god.
Actually, Angel's even, which is weird. He has the worst breath in the morning, but it just reminds me of when he was little. So.
Oh, 2
Well,
seconds.
I'm one
Wait,
of
just
those-
wait, just wait. Before we move on, Uhan says, I enjoy the aroma of paper right after it comes out of a laser printer. That is really nice.
I'm one of those odd people who likes if it is diluted enough, the smell of skunk from a distance.
From a distance.
The weird one. Okay, weird one. And I don't know why I enjoyed this, but fiberglass, like GRP resin.
Mm.
I used to work around it. I don't know why I like.
Yeah, I think it's one you get accustomed to. I adore that smell. Because I spent so much time around it as a kid.
Okay.
It's got, but it's polyester resin. I've got to be a bit more specific. Epoxy, not so much.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Mike?
This is weird, but you know those trees that smell like sperm?
I know there is
No,
a
he's
tree.
not aware of that.
Got one on me.
Are you sure it's the tree and you haven't got something on your lapel?
Or plants, but they used to be the tech college I used to go to. In the yard outside, they used to have this tree. And it stank of sperm, and I can't remember what it was called. And so those sperm trees always remind me of my time at tech college.
Mm.
That mentioning the sperm tree kind of demands the question that does all sperm smell the same?
No,
Probably
but
not. I'd assume
Yeah.
not based. I'd assume not based on taste.
it-
Then in that case, whose sperm are you talking about? and
Well,
how do
that's a
you
good-
know?
Well, that is one thing vegetarians are nice for.
Protein shots?
Well, it's not nearly as strong. The smell or the taste.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, I don't like doing smokers because they're bitter.
I can. I'm shutting up. Right, Gwyneth Paltrow's minge candlesticks, which we mentioned on the previous one, but now we're on the weird one. So, I used to like the smell of the local paper plant. That's isn't a paper plant a tree? Sorry. It's official.
You know,
Mum
I
isn't
like
weird.
the smell of Leia's foot pads. They have that little dusty kind of smell. You know.
Semen contains numerous substances that influence its smell, and your individual diet, hygiene, and sex life all play a part. Certain foods can give it a sweet scent and taste, but eating or drinking acidic substances can make your semen smell foul. There you go.
I like
Conversation.
the smell of mothballs.
Ooh, I like the smell of mothballs too.
I have no idea what mothballs smell like.
I
I mean,
I don't know.
I've got-
I've never gone down on a moth.
I fed that out there figuring someone would take it, but a lot sooner than that. Jeez.
Dog says, I like the smell of my neighbour's washing line. Why are you sniffing your neighbour's washing? Gary says, how do you get their legs apart?
Are they smelling all the laundry or just parts of it?
I don't know. Which bits?
I'm very sensitive to chemical fragrances.
Yes.
So even to the point that people who use certain detergents or fabric softeners, I can't sit too close to them.
That doesn't surprise. Kaz has terrible trouble with deodorants and things like that. All she can smell is the chemicals.
My sister used to use that Gain, and it's like if I had to sit in the car with her, I would be sounding like I'm hacking up a lung.
Tusk says, I think my favourite smell is star antsy in a chicken stock. What's a star antsy?
It's a licorice
Star
kind
meat.
of taste.
It's a type of spice. Sorry.
And it's shaped like a star, like about a 10-point star.
Why would it be in a chicken stock?
It just said it's a spice.
Who has the dog? +5 for live points. +5 live points for content animal. My neck smells like the inside of my nose. Weird. What does the inside of your nose smell like?
His neck.
That doesn't help.
Like this.
Is this the first question or the second?
Well, Sammy's son is being
Next
very.
question, moving on.
We're gonna go. Fine. Right. Next question. Question 1471. What is the worst experience in a restaurant you have ever had?
Does a takeaway count?
Yeah.
Okay, I had a caterpillar in my food before.
Was
No.
there any salad with it?
How did that happen?
It was like I think it was a chicken chow mein. I have a picture of it somewhere. It's disgusting.
How was there a caterpillar in a chicken chow mein?
Well, when they served me my hamburger, there was blood on the bun. Apparently, one of
Seriously?
the cooks had cut himself and sent it out anyway.
To be honest,
What?
just let's be honest. If we've ever had like like a burger at somewhere like McDonald's or Burger King or something, let's face it, we have ingested some teenager's spit or flipping spunk at some point. You know.
Yes, but the point is you got. We're only really going with things we know about. Ox said, "Easy. Waiter chasing me to the parking lot to ask why he didn't get a tip, and me having to loudly explain his poor service and rude attitude were the main reasons." Seems shitty. Tusk says,
Yep.
"Working. Saw someone fall onto a hot plate, and then take the skin off his hand right down to the bone.
You?
Wuhan. Maggots in a McDonald's burger when I was a kid." Dog says I must go to good restaurants.
Probably more fucking meat in it than normal then.
Don Uphead says, "Gee, sounds like the caterpillar had a worse restaurant experience." Was the caterpillar still alive?
No, it was dead.
Oh, so was it cooked?
Probably.
I think it was fine. It was just an ingredient.
You know, in an organic food restaurant, you'd pay extra for that.
Lone says, "I had a waitress shout at me, 'What now?' when I hadn't called her over at all before that time. I've had so many bad experiences." Tusk, eating, being served a chicken curry that was still frozen in the middle. Please tell me you sent it back. There you go. More protein. Chat agrees. Jeff.
Probably an Indian restaurant, but I've got to actually say it wasn't anything to do with the food or that. It was just someone being a fucking complete arsehole. Someone else in that restaurant being a complete fucking arsehole just ruined it, for like everyone else in there. So would be more my answer to that.
Fair enough. Mike.
Well, it was when I was about 9 years old. We were staying in France, and we went to this restaurant, and there was this item on the menu. Before I go on, my dad's name is Colin, and the item on the menu was Colin, and my mum thought it would be romantic to order something the same name as her husband. So she ordered it, and but when it was actually delivered, it was this massive fish, and it stank. it was hideous. It fucking stank. she was mortified. It was horrible.
I can imagine. Dog says, never upset the staff, Jeff. That chef will be yogurting up in your garlic bread. I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't know what he means.
This is why all these so to say drunk arseholes you see late on a Saturday night in an Indian restaurant giving the waiters racist abuse are fucking morons.
Yes. Tusk says, if you ask my staff what their worst experience was, it would probably be working for me. But that probably means that you run a good restaurant. You need to go visit that restaurant. Tobin says, my kids ate meat off a buffet line. That made them the worst kind of sick. Brainbug says, they seated us on the patio. No one else was out there. It was half an hour later that we realised they'd forgotten us. I've been forgotten in a restaurant.
Yep.
Never Again says, every family dinner could turn into the worst experience if my dad was in a bad mood. He'd blast the wait staff while sitting there with everyone in their place staring at us. Tusk, I'm not a shouty chef, but I will fire you on the spot if you fuck around in my kitchen. Are you allowed to fuck around in your kitchen?
I mean, imagine you got to be a chef. You got to be. I think if you're a head chef, you got to be a bit of a fucking bastard, haven't you? To your people.
If you get everything organised to work,
you got to be
seamlessly, quickly, and efficiently.
Yeah, you know that's why a lot of them are like fucking drill sergeants. You know.
Manda.
Probably this really bad date that I had. That we didn't even want to go to the restaurant because it was like the second place that we'd gone. We'd gone to a bar, and I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go home. He's like, no, let's just stop at this restaurant real quick. I'm really hungry. You know. First, he tried to get on, like, sit in the same fucking side of the booth as me, and I'm like, no, dude, like, not cool. And then he kept trying to fucking grope me under the table and shit, and yeah, it was not.
Jeez.
So, yeah.
Okay.
What a creep.
Yeah.
Oh, it got worse after that. Trust me. So, it was not a fun night.
Purple.
Purple.
Well, I already told you that I got a hamburger that somebody had been bleeding on.
Oh, my bad. You're right.
Oh.
Who did I miss?
You answered.
I've got no memory of anything bad. I don't think I can give you a Domino's that we keep getting food poisoning from.
Well, why do you keep fucking ordering Domino's?
Oh, well, because I forget. The same reason I keep redoing other things that I forget.
Yeah, you know, like Papa John's is a thing. You do know this, right? You know.
Right, you're aware I live in Wirral.
Mm-hmm.
You're aware, right? Uber doesn't come here. We got a Domino's about 4 years ago. Until that, we had no chain pizza within range of delivery.
There must be a pizza delivery somewhere near you. There has to be.
One local one.
Grew up in. They didn't. There was. I think. There was one restaurant. I think there was only like 2 restaurants in the whole town. And there was one restaurant that, like, I think it was 14 or 15 when they finally started delivering, and it cost like $6 to deliver. Yeah. But other than that, no.
We've got one local pizza place that used to do fantastic pizza, but changed hands, and they do everything the same, apart from now they don't bother cooking the dough. So we get indigestion every time we get food from them.
Yeah, that's sometimes happens. That's sometimes the Ristone places change hands as well.
Right, we don't have a Chinese. We don't have an Indian.
Yep.
There are fish and chip shops. None of them deliver. Basically, Domino's.
I don't get. I live like a small town just outside Southampton. For some reason, we've already got 3 fucking Chinese restaurants, Chinese takeaways, I should say, rather restaurants. Somehow they decided, reason they decided we needed a 4th. It's like, I mean, I'm like. There cannot be that many people in my area that eat fucking Chinese.
No. Ox says, I've worked in a couple of kitchens. When the chef enters, they become total arseholes, but they do get the food cooked. Dorm Head says, does food prepared by bastards taste better? I would imagine so.
Probably.
Wee village I live in is probably maybe half a mile long, and it has 2 Indians. One's a sit-in restaurant, and another's a takeaway that does pizza. Then there's the Chinese. Then there's 2 standard chippies in like a half a mile.
But none of ours deliver. A fish and chip shop. Well, it's basically a Chinese, to be honest.
Fish and chip
it
shop
does.
is.
Most of our fish and chip shops are vaguely Chinese and does fish and chips.
I explained to Robbie today, who told me he got frozen pizza because it was better than takeout.
That was a choice of words. Now, you're saying that in the context of it tasting better, and I said it was better because, number one, it was cheaper.
A lot
number
cheaper.
2, if I bought the takeaway one, it's twice the size, and I'd eat it and pass out.
Okay. I still say I've seen your food. Okay, especially Stool. Stool has like
Stool is eating what we would Stool. What Stool eats is from will almost certainly, based on what he eats, is from a Turkish fish and chip shop that does a bit of Chinese.
I've seen his pizzas too, though. I've seen
they do pizzas.
They're horrifying. Stop fucking putting corn on pizza, you weirdos.
Corn goes great on pizzas.
That's almost certainly kebab shop.
Rainbow just already said that in the chat.
Kebab shop pizzas he's getting there.
Sweet corn on pizza is fucking gorgeous.
It is.
How about broccoli?
No, broccoli's insane.
I've had spinach on pizza. Spinach on pizza is quite nice.
Broccoli is really good.
Depending what the other toppings are.
Well, one of those chicken Alfredo kind of pizzas.
No. Alfredo is just wrong.
I'm going to kick the first person that says the P word.
Pineapple?
Opposite right before Jenny did.
Can I say it now and then I can have an early night?
No.
Just pineapple. It has to be pineapple and ham.
You didn't get my answer for the worst.
I have to confront something in the chat before it goes away. Dog, there are no sheep in Wirral. Thank you. Go on, Jenny.
Anymore.
Go on, Jenny. Jenny!
Oh, yeah, I'm working on it, okay? You know how there's some people who have a reflex action if they are like close to somebody who vomits, that they automatically vomit immediately?
Uh-huh.
And that it sometimes runs in families.
Is this your family?
I was at this restaurant, and the guy at the next table was eating the same thing that I had just ordered, and they just put it down in front of me, and I was about to take my first bite, and it was Swedish meatballs, which is just glorious looking. And he just vomits all over his meal and table and everything. And the table next to them had 2 people who reacted that way. And so one did. And then the second one saw him. And so the third one did. And it was like, oh my God. The restaurant basically emptied in about 10 minutes. It was just awful.
Dave, I think I figured out why you keep getting sick off the pizza.
Why?
Well, you keep going on about how much you fucking hate cheese. So I'm just figuring.
Yeah, I have no problem with the pizza we get from Tesco. It's just the Domino's.
The other thing that I really found to be repulsive in a restaurant as I was going through a smorgasbord line, and I picked up some cheddar cheese, and a bunch of spiders ran out from underneath it.
Oh.
It's not true. I just wanted to tell Dave that.
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah.
Right, next question.
Wait. Dave.
Yes, I answered.
First of all, Robbie, did you answer?
Yes, Caterpillar.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It was that long ago. It's understandable.
Amanda, would you like to answer again?
No. Would you like me to continue telling you about this horrible date? No. Yeah, dick.
Right. Question. 1,407.
No, Dave.
What?
They've
I
answered.
answered.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Again, it's not my fault. You guys
Yes,
have been
it
talking
is.
forever.
Question 1,472. Have you ever lied when playing a parlour game?
What's a parlor game?
This is a parlour game. A game.
I know your answer, Dave.
This sort of thing. Or playing Pictionary.
Have I ever
or...
lied on your
Or
quiz?
Trivial Pursuit or something like that.
Do you mean like cheated at the game or just like made up a story for it or what?
No, cheated at the game. Lied in the game. Or in this game here, it would count as making something up, yes. Or not telling a truthful answer.
No.
Is that now a yes?
You read that however you want to read that.
Never Again says yes. Tusk says absolutely yes, I did. Clockwork Rex says maybe. Ox says bluff all the time in Texas Hold'em. That's part of the game. It doesn't count.
What if you distort something that truly happened a little bit?
You can embellish, I suppose, without calling it a lie.
Okay, so let's see if this counts. It wasn't cheddar cheese, it was a salad, and then the spiders came out?
That would be acceptable and not a lie.
Okay, thanks.
So have you ever lied?
Yes, of course.
Robbie!
Yes. I
It's
said
easy.
lied in this quiz many a time.
Many a time. Purple!
Well, like Ox says, for some games, lying is part of the game, so.
Yeah, if it's part of the game, it doesn't count.
Honest answer. I've admitted the truth a few times. Yes.
Mike?
No, I haven't actually.
Never!
He's lying right now.
Lying right fucking now.
I honestly can't. I don't think I have anyway. I may
Have you
done
never
years
have you never cheated to beat your kids at a game?
No, I haven't.
Cruel. That's fucking
Cheated
cruel,
to beat
Dave.
your kids? I've done it the other way around.
I've done it
If you have-
both ways
if you
around.
have-
I've
to
thrown
cheat
the
to
game
teach
just
your
so that my kid
kids.
would win.
Yeah, I've
Yes.
done that too.
Yeah, same here.
I've thrown many a rummy game for Angel's ego.
And you,
And he
Amanda.
still tortures you about it.
Yes.
you just, she's just buttering Angel up for when he wants to play Texas Hold'em for for money in a few years.
Oh, he's so bad at
She's
his
gonna-
poker.
Then she's gonna fucking take him.
Man, you have so many tells, you would not be able to play poker.
Me?
Yes.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
She already grinning.
Okay.
Ox,
And then my answer is yes. Okay.
yes. The worst thing is to break you, all you have to do is look at you. Just look
Again, I
at
have no idea what you're talking about.
Clockwork Rex, yes, I lie all the time, or do I? Ox, only time I lie is if the cops are involved. Tusk, people who say cheats never win are just sore losers. Cheating is part of the fun.
If you're not
Never-
cheating, you're not trying.
I lie. In fact, everything I say is a lie.
Is it? Is that true, Rebecca?
But that would make sense because then you would have to be, then that would be a lie, and which would mean you tell the truth all the time. So
Yeah, exactly.
Is this game actually going to turn into "Would I lie to you"? You know.
Of course.
Isn't that how Captain Kirk defeated that race of robots at one point? Because he said something that was illogical, and then they caused him to short circuit or something. He said, everything I say is a lie, and that
sounds about right.
Is this not the one where the machine that was the robot that was sort of tried to eliminate imperfections, and of course it couldn't accept it. It was short circuited because it couldn't accept that it wasn't perfect and it had made a mistake itself.
Was that robot that looked like a desk lamp and kind of floated?
That's half of Star Trek.
That's half of Star Trek, yeah.
Right,
Or the
I think.
beginning of a Pixar movie.
Oh, yes. Right, I think we should go to the next question.
I could yell at you, but like I said, we already know your answer. So
Well,
I've never lied.
We'll just count that. We'll just count it as a yes. That every time Dave has refused to answer a question, it's a lie of omission.
No, it's not. I've not lied once on this show.
you have. Oh God, I know for a fact you have lied so many times. The fuck with us.
If a sperm bank gives a woman the wrong sample, is that a lie of omission?
No.
Yeah. Let's not go down that route.
That's what she said.
I think there are certain answers. I wish my show had a klaxon, because there are certain answers to the next question that I should deduct points for the answers to the next question.
What the fuck can you deduct points from people who haven't got any to begin with?
Yeah, you have to give points before you can start deducting them, Dave.
Oh, not one of you has got points.
What?
None of you have got points. There's the point.
Now you're going to have to give us points just to deduct them.
Well,
No, it's okay.
Deal is this
It's okay. We can have negative points. I don't have a problem with that.
He never scores an episode I'm on. I've never gotten points in my life.
Yeah.
Well, you could be about to get some now. Are you ready for the next?
Twice he's given points. So
I'm sure you can make. I'm sure you can put graphics up on the screen on each of our screens to show how many points we have.
No, that's my other quiz show that I haven't managed to actually run yet. That's got points. And the new quiz show. Oh, wait there. A slight interjection. The new quiz show that's coming up, which is going to be very, very smutty.
Which I will not be a regular guest on.
Oh,
Very, very smutty as opposed to this one where we had a discussion about smelling sperm.
Do you really want me on a quiz show that's just going to be pure smart?
Yes.
You don't, trust me.
I really do.
Could I be on that show?
Yes.
Oh.
It's basically going to be pure smut, though. Right. Anyway, next question.
Today's show's been very mild.
Isn't pure smut an oxymoron?
No. The hell is that?
Oh, sorry, there's me rustling.
Right. Question 1,000. Shh. Question 1,470. Okay. Question 1,473. Nicolaus Copernicus was born in 1473 and forever changed our perception of our place in the universe. Who do you think was the most recent person to do that?
Stephen
Mark Sargent.
no.
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 Stephen Hawking? Hmm?
How do you mean that?
How do you... however you want. But who do you think has changed our perception of our place in the universe? That could be something very small or something very big.
Well, it depends. It depends on who's asking and what kind of detail excites them.
Yeah, but you're the one being asked. It's to you.
Only my answer matters.
Yes.
Oh, well, okay.
Although you can lose points for it. Ox says Stephen Hawking. Clockwork Rex says Stephen Hawking. Lone Wanderer says it was Manda or Tyson. Tyson? Oh, digress. Ox says, or Yoda. He had some good thoughts. Dog said Nathan Thompson or Kent Hovind.
And you thought my Mark Sargent answer was bad.
So the problem is, I'd say Kent Hovind has certainly changed my perception of the universe in some respects.
Yeah. I suppose if you're arguing that we didn't know, we were in a much happier place and we didn't realise there was this level of fucking stupid in the world.
Clockwork Rex says the LIGO Observatory. That's a good answer. Tusk says Doctor Who. Jenny.
I don't recall their names, but a pair of guys who basically discovered the Kuiper Belt.
Ox says Mama Atheist made me a believer in glitter again. I'm sure there's a story there.
Really, Dave?
I'm a host. I'm meant to draw the story out. I fucking know the story already.
Now, James Burke did an entire series on this very subject called The Day the Universe Changed. And even though it was made in the 80s, it still holds up well today.
So you don't think there's anyone more recent? The question asked for the most recent.
No, I wasn't saying him in particular, but I was just referring to this question. If you're interested in the question, you should go watch that series.
Doorknobhead says Donald Trump. I don't fancy our place in the universe as much as I used to.
Yeah.
I can see it. Yeah.
Jeff.
I don't have a good answer for this, honestly. I mean, you could obviously argue Hawking, but you could argue sort of science, like someone who's perhaps more of a science communicator than Hawking actually brought this stuff out to the masses. But I think I'm probably
You go the other way as well as entrepreneurs and.
I don't want to say Elon. I really don't want to say Elon Musk.
No.
Please don't.
If you're trying to lead me down that path, I'm not doing it.
You just did.
Elon Musk is all smoke and mirrors.
He is.
Yeah, that's what they say every time the Falcon 9 goes up.
But he didn't really do anything novel. He built another rocket.
Yeah.
We've had rockets before. There wasn't anything unique about his.
And he was the first individual to do it.
Yes. He didn't take all the equipment and people and documents and everything.
You say he was the first individual to do it. He didn't build it himself. He had thousands of people working on it.
Well, of course, that's how things are done.
So how is that any different than when NASA built a rocket?
I'm sorry, but did you watch, well, I'm going to get it shot by some people, Thunderfoot's latest 2 videos on SpaceX, and he actually did price comparison on how much a shuttle launch costs and how much manned Falcon 9 costs.
Yep.
And the shuttle is cheaper.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Is it really?
Yes.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, Elon Musk never does accurate comparisons when he gives you the price estimates.
No, it's like the one with the tunnel boring company, where he said that he can bore a tunnel cheaper than anyone else, but that's without doing anything to it, which isn't that expensive anyway.
Yeah, it's basically like him saying he can build you a house for 1/5 the cost, but it won't have electricity or water.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
What answer do I have to say to get points then?
To lose points, Musk.
Well, I didn't. Well, I wasn't saying that.
No, I'm gonna let you off that.
Yeah.
QI wouldn't.
Oh, dog! That's terrible.
Which way? Thank you very much, Benny Loco. I've lost it. Hubble is another good one too. Lone Wanderer says Bill Nye. Brainbug says stool. Dog says Hawking's pit crew helped him, so he had help.
That wasn't the one. That wasn't the one I was.
Dog says Bob Ross. Why Bob Ross?
I would say Patrick Moore.
Good answer.
Dog says Kevin Sorbo. He actually went to space in Andromeda.
Yeah.
No.
That's terrible. That is fucking terrible, Dog. Sorry.
Patrick Moore and Brian May.
See, do you not think Brian Cox has done more?
See, the problem I'd like to give Patrick more credit because of his longevity, but if I'm honest, it didn't really change my perception of where we are in the universe. He did help me through like the level 8 of Sonic the Hedgehog, though. See, I did learn a lot. I learned a lot of fucking cheats off of Games Master.
I don't like Brian Cox's haircut.
Do you not?
He's got to do something about that.
He can't. It's the sort of hair you can't do anything about. It's a mop. You could shave it. Manda.
I mean, good answer would be Einstein because of general relativity, but a closer answer would be Sagan. Pretty close. What?
I don't know. I can't think of anyone more recent than Sagan that's been all around. I think Hawking's is obviously more recent. Hawking is more recent, but he's much more specific. I don't think he expanded anything about the universe, but he did massively increase our understanding of a tiny bit of it. Massive things.
I'm still gonna hold. Brian Cox is good of a science communicator as is. I am still gonna hold D-Ream against him forever. And that song.
Things can only get better.
Yeah, and actually, fuck it, I'm going to blame Tony Blair on him as well.
He didn't use that song.
Tony Blair did use.
No,
that
he did
song.
use that song. I know. I was going to say something else. It's a good song.
And Johnny Ball.
I will hold that against him forever.
Johnny Ball. Oh, Johnny Ball.
Yes. Johnny Ball reveals all.
Johnny Ball does reveal all. I think that would be taken in a very different light nowadays. Clockwork Rex says Tony Stark.
Yeah.
What?
No.
They can't be fictitious.
You would have to. Is Tony Stark not just the same as saying Elon Musk?
Yeah. Well,
Gary says George Lucas, which I think is a bloody good answer.
No. What the hell did he discover?
He didn't. He changed. It's not about discovery.
To be fair, it didn't say anything about discovery. This question
About changing people's perception of your place in the universe. I mean, you could say Gene Roddenberry. Yeah, it doesn't need. That's why I said Kent Hovind. I think Kent Hovind is a good answer. Not because he fucking did anything. He's basically you encounter someone like him who is such a con man. He is categorically evil. He is making money out of lying to people, and he knows he's doing it.
Yeah,
and that really changes how you think about our place. Dog says the pillow guy. I'm hard pushed. I mean, as much as I say, I'm hard pushed for Trump. Just so many Americans just bought it.
Well, yeah, and Trump certainly taught me a lot about this country that I didn't know, because I really thought that we were doing a lot better before Trump got elected. And he just made me realize that, no, there were still a fuckload of people that were just hiding it.
Clockwork Rick says Isaac Asimov. I mean, I'm tempted. I'm tempted if I'm going to give an answer that's different. I'm tempted to go with Tim Berners-Lee.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Oh, Terry Nation.
Who? Did he make nappies?
Terry.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, Terry Nation created the Daleks.
Ah,
And
I did not.
He also wrote a big chunk of the early Doctor Who episodes.
Oh,
well.
how have we forgotten? How have we forgotten Douglas Adams?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Potentially Robert Baker consulted on Jurassic Park and reined in dinosaur. No idea. Has anyone not answered?
You?
I was gonna go with Tim Berners-Lee.
Who?
Tim Berners-Lee.
Sir Tim Berners-Lee now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, how many people was George Carlin the first time they realized that atheism could be a choice?
No, but not American.
No, not if I loved George Carlin, but I've got to be honest, he wasn't that big of a deal here. If I was American, he'd mean a lot more. But we've had openly atheist comics a fucking lot longer than America, so.
I think George Carlin goes back a lot further than you realize.
No, entirely possible.
Entirely possible, but so do some of our fucking comics.
Yeah.
Belief isn't a choice. Yes. But it's about the fact that the number of people I talked to, the number of Christians I talked to that didn't know that it was possible to not believe. They are... It's not. I know what you mean when you say you can't choose what you believe, but these people couldn't comprehend not believing because they didn't think it was possible to not believe. It sounds.
Yeah.
I can't answer that question.
This is why some of them think presuppositionalism is a fucking good argument.
Yeah.
You want to go up against a Canadian Catholic next Wednesday, Jeff? I'm probably sort that out.
I didn't think he agreed.
I'm not having a lot of fun with the Catholics right now.
They love me. They're my friends, apparently.
They're gonna love me even more when I get round to doing Dean Esme as one of my Twitter streams.
Batman, you want to go up against Mr. Batman?
Not really.
Apparently, I'm still one of them.
Are you a Catholic?
Well, I was baptized in the Catholic Church, and apparently, unless I make a formal petition to the Archdiocese of Chicago, they won't take me off the roster.
Yeah, you got to basically take it.
When you die, they can bill you for all the Sunday plate things that you missed.
Yes, you're still a Catholic. This is what I want to know. I want to know how many actual Catholics there are.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Because every single person that has been a Catholic is still a Catholic as far as they're concerned.
Yeah. What if we were only counting the ones who show up to church at least once a month?
Yeah. Stool says 7. I think there's more than 7. I've argued with at least 7 unique ones. Although they could just be the same person. Right, next question. Wow, time's going fast. Right.
Wait.
What?
Did you answer it?
You've already... Firstly, yes, I answered. Secondly, you already had a go at me, and I gave you my answer again. Would you like it again?
It's not my fault, okay? Like, seriously.
Yep.
This is like an eternity already.
I can't believe how...
would just answer once and not 7 times. That would be fucking great. Okay.
I can't believe how quickly it's gone. We've already done an hour.
Yeah, that was
I'm
super
about to
quick
fall
hour,
asleep,
Dave.
so let's pick another question.
Right, next question. Question 1474. What is the worst place you have fallen asleep?
At the steering wheel.
What?
At the steering wheel.
Don't say that.
probably the worst place. It's not for long. I didn't crash, but yeah, definitely was gone for a good 10 seconds or so. Like.
That's not a good place to fall asleep. I can't deny I may well have fallen. Are you pretending to be asleep? Jenny.
Worst place I ever fell asleep.
Yeah.
Was behind the wheel of my car on a road that was very high up a bluff side, where I had nothing but solid rock on one side and solid air on the other.
Did you learn to fly?
No, I didn't. I survived it, and it was quite the eye-opening experience.
I bet. Ox says, at the beach at low tide. Clockwork Rex says, in the yard. Tusk says, in the back of a van that was then driven into the Zubug... What? You were on that ferry? No, that's a place. Shit. Gary says, driving a car. Uhan says, don't have an exciting answer, just an uncomfortable floor or something. Nerdy says, no, I'm awake now. Dog says, in my girlfriend's mum's bed. True story. We might need more. Harmonica Man says, in a snow shelter. Gary says, falling asleep while having sex would be bad. Okay, I didn't remember my answer. I didn't remember an answer. I've done that. So
that does not surprise me in the least.
Oh, sleeping drugs are a bitch.
I have went to before my dad went out to either Afghanistan or Iraq. I can't remember what it was. It was one or the other. And we went to the army base and got very, very drunk. And I got my mate to lift me, and I got home and I went out the front for a smoke, and then went back into the house and didn't want to wake the girlfriend at the time, so I stripped off, lay down on the sofa, and passed out. And I woke up the next morning about 7 in the morning with about 60 missed calls and 100 messages, and my mother and the girlfriend and everyone looking for me because the next door neighbour had left his front door open for the dog. And I walked into his house and I got fucking lay down on his sofa and went to sleep. Two fucking houses exactly the same as each other beside each other. God damn it.
That's brilliant. Tusk is an illegal immigrant. That's that video online from the guy that was woken up and looking like Beetlejuice in someone's house. Tusk says, I fell asleep in a van after a party, woke up on the lower parking deck of the ferry going to Holland. It took me 2 days to get back to the UK with no money or passport. I hid in a lorry. So basically, he's an illegal immigrant.
Same Scottish people way.
Never Again says, sunbathing one spring. It only took an hour for me to fry my entire back and legs. Ox says, if you fall asleep during sex, dude, you ain't doing something right. It's drugs, usually. Manda.
Fallen asleep on stream before?
I was gonna say I've fallen asleep on Math Pig stream before.
I've also fallen asleep behind the wheel too, though. So either way,
I might have drifted off. But there's no fun story about that. It's woken up all of a sudden. Shit! I think I need to stop. Mike.
I've been trying to think, but I've never really fallen asleep in anywhere unusual, or I think.
You never go to parties at university.
I remember once. Yeah, I do remember a time when I was out drinking with some of my friends, and I fell asleep on a pool table. That was a long time ago.
I've slept on a pool table because there wasn't anywhere else to sleep.
Bathtub works too.
Yeah, very long. Tusk says, did you see the video of the Scousers who found an immigrant in the luggage hold of their bus coming back from a European game? They gave him a jacket and 20 quid. That's brilliant. Brainbug says, while driving. Jeff, did he run away? I wasn't checking the messages.
He said he'd be right back.
He did.
Purple. It's quite disturbing that there's quite a number of people who have fallen asleep at the wheel of a car.
Well, that's why it's. I mean, don't forget, it's the reason they advertise this on the motorways at night. There are signs everywhere saying "take a break." There's a reason.
That was what when I said it was a real eye opener. That's what I meant. Is I did not feel myself to be that tired at all.
No,
and it was just, and I was just suddenly out.
Oh dear!
It was quite. It's happened twice since as well.
And do you think you should still be driving?
No, the last 2 times I know that I was very tired, but I didn't expect that only driving 5 miles was going to be a problem.
Dog says, Jesus fell asleep on the cross. Silly man. He got 3 days sleep out of it. Poor hippie must have been shattered.
Oh, jeez.
Purple.
Yeah, I've often fallen asleep driving, although that was not the worst place I've ever fallen asleep. The worst place I ever fell asleep was when I was a teenager, falling asleep on the couch in my parents' living room.
Yeah?
Because my foster brother picked me up, put me in the car, and before I really realized what was going on, we were on the highway because my brother was an over-the-road trucker and needed help when he was in the next state.
What?
So my foster brother drove me out there, basically kidnapped me and delivered me to my older brother, and the only way I could get home was working for him for 3 months on his truck.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Jeez.
What did your parents say?
Oh, my mom thought it was a great experience for me.
Oh, just kidnapping.
Like,
Go for
yeah,
it.
how about fucking asking me if this is what I want to do with my summer?
What the fuck? That's insane. I would be nervous to go to sleep on anyone's sofa again. In fact, I'd be nervous to go to sleep in a room
I have
without a
said
lock.
that I largely survived my childhood by being good at hiding.
I would not trust my siblings for the rest of their days.
No.
I don't trust most of them. There's actually only one of them that I think I would say that I really trust in most situations, and that's out of 8.
Out of 8. That's not good. Gio says, fell asleep while driving a tank. Went off the road and took out a few trees. Dog says, I once fell asleep with my head in between my wife's legs. Another true story. May have done that. My lady friend fell asleep on the back of my motorcycle. That's kind of disconcerting.
Oh, yeah.
I've not fallen asleep, but I had to. I suppose I had to take a snooze in a lay-by with just using my jacket or something as a fucking pillow for about an hour or two because it was late at night coming back. I was really fucking tired, nowhere near home, and nowhere near nothing resembling a service station in fucking sight.
Mm.
And that was on the that was because I was riding a motorcycle because I was like I'm gonna fall asleep on the fucking and come off if I don't stop.
That's not good. I can't imagine coming off a bike.
I've come off a number of times off a bike. Took a good took a layer of skin off my leg once. So a lot of fun that was.
No. Tusk says, I fell asleep in a ditch in Kettering on exercise. It rained. That's when I discovered exactly what ditches were for. Sleeping. He says, let's all kidnap Purple. And never again says, I can relate Purple. I don't trust mine either.
To be honest, you could have just stopped the answer at Kettering there.
Okay. Only Canadians are allowed to kidnap me, and only if they promise to take me to the Royal Tyrrell Museum.
That seems very, very specific. I'm not convinced you will find your perfect kidnapper.
Well, I mean, they can kidnap me and do what they want after that. I just, got to make that one stop.
Randy says, I have too many weird... It's on your bucket list. I have too many weird stories to share right now. The back of a van in front of the White House.
I know there's certain people that I have had to like. It's not so much where you go to sleep, but being around certain people, or if you had to be a bit careful.
Oh yeah, and always be careful who you drink with.
Yes. We did something actually to a friend of ours, but he normally he's quite blooming loud or whatever. He went out like a light in the pub one day. We got the felt tip marker on, and we just wrote the word "twat" on his head. And then he slept through that. So then everyone then started colouring him in. So we got the glasses, the tash, and a little cartoon dick drawn going into his mouth. And by the time we'd done with him, he looked like he had like a really fucked up Samoan tribal tattoo. He slept through the fucking lot of it.
Well, the worst we did to a guy was cover him from head to toe in fucking Emac hair removal cream, and he went for a shower the next morning. We told him he got lucky the night before and he must have caught something. Fuck, he panicked. That was brilliant.
Brilliant.
So proud of
that. Gary says he took a nap on the freeway and someone called an ambulance on him.
Well, yeah.
Why would you call an ambulance when someone stopped at the side of the road for a nap?
Well, he didn't say on the side of the road. He said on the freeway.
By the freeway.
If I found somebody asleep on the highway, I think I would probably call an ambulance.
That's not good. Right. Penultimate question. Question 1475. What is the weirdest thing you've done to impress a crush?
I do really bad sexy dancing for Manda all the time.
Does she still count as a crush?
Yeah, I don't think it counts with somebody you're already in a relationship with.
Clockwork Rex says, be myself. Wuhan says, no comment. I bet you blew something up. Or started a big fire.
Women generally don't like that, Dave.
What's the weirdest thing you've done to impress a crush? Dog says, Skegness. Nerdy says, wearing a mankini. Wait, that wasn't me.
Fucking nerdy.
I don't think his crush was impressed.
No, nothing weird.
Nothing weird.
Not that it ever worked anyway. No.
Well, it doesn't have to work. The whole point is that you tried it. Nothing?
Yeah, I can't really come up with anything just because...
No, I'm sure there's things I've done. I just can't recall. I mean, I mean, to be honest, I just wouldn't fucking do anything now.
You know, you try and jump that bollard in the street and land on your nads.
Yeah, it's probably stupid stuff I've done like that as a teenager or whatever, you know, thinking... But yeah, I just wouldn't. To be honest, now I just wouldn't try anything anyway because it's just like
try to impress them. Tusk says,
"Well, I work on the assumption that I'm probably just going to lower my chances by making a twat of myself anyway." So
Tusk says, climbed a 50-foot Christmas tree in Glasgow city centre to get her the blue light bulb at the top of it. The police didn't think it was impressive at all. Did Big Clive put that up? Nerdy says, I'm really unimpressive. Donald Pet says, I put crushed cola into ice cube trays and then put plastic bugs in the top to leave bug impressions in them. Why would that impress them? It's definitely weird.
It's making an impression.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's literal. He's taking it rather literally.
Yeah.
Yes. Dog says, sniffed her washing line. How did you expect that to impress her?
Look, dude, I am like the last person to go, as we know, as established the last time we did this. I am the last person to go to for dating advice. But even I could tell you that's fucking stupid.
Hasn't sniffed her washing line been his response to every question?
Pretty much. Uhan says, recreated the poster board scene from Love Actually in front of a green screen with Angels and Airways playing in the background.
This is the
Jenny.
worst thing you've ever done?
The weirdest.
Weirdest.
It could be the worst. It could be the worst.
Yeah, it could be the worst.
Yeah.
Mike?
I don't think I've done anything weird.
You don't think you've done anything weird? I don't believe you.
Robin Williams bleached his hair once, and my crush, she kept going on about it, so I decided to do the same. But it did not have the desired effect.
No? What did she say?
I don't think she even noticed.
Dawn of Hits is, I know. Come on, Jenny, you must have done something.
I'm serious. I've had crushes and stuff like that, but I've always been too intimidated to even attempt to bring them to fruition because I'm just a coward.
That's generally what I'm like. So
Manda
Took up the clarinet.
took up the clarinet.
I was going to say learn the rolling hand motion thing.
Rolling through.
Self-taught. Self-taught. My own.
But it was to impress
My own
someone.
invention, thank you.
Can you play the clarinet whilst doing the rolling motion thing?
No, because you need both hands for both things. And by the way,
That would be
I was
fucking.
out of the room, but I thank you, Dave, for saying penultimate. But no, actually, I realized that the reason I did this was because I had a crush, because it was on a girl. And it wasn't until years later that I was able to look back and go, yeah, I totally had a crush on her. And that's why I did all these crazy things when I was that age. So and I ended up playing it for 9 years. I was really good at it. So,
But did it get you laid?
No, not with her.
With anyone?
I don't know, not in any way at all. But it was so cool. And Angel ended up playing it because he wanted to do what I did. So I got him a bright green clarinet when he was.
Does he know why you started?
No, I don't think she moved away before I even realized that I had feelings for her, and I never got a chance to say anything. Shucks.
Oh.
It also give you good practice for going out with me, getting used to handling big things.
Amanda, that's a very sweet story.
Nerdy says, I remember I had a crush once. Now I need to remember if I did anything. Geo7 says, caught a frisbee behind my back. Dog says, Dear Jeff, I keep catching my nuts on a nail whilst climbing my neighbour's fence to sniff her washing line. Should I pull it out with a claw hammer or knock it in with a ball pane? I'm at my wit's end.
Yeah. The sad thing is, I could probably answer that fucking question.
Pull it out because if you pound it in, it'll work itself out again.
Yeah. I'd knock the fucking thing in.
Yeah. There you go. Don't say we never educate.
Yeah.
I thought we weren't allowed to.
No,
Well, if you pull it out with the claw hammer, you'll probably lose the urge to sniff the clothesline. Oh, you meant the nail.
Right.
Dave.
I can't think of anything.
I bet you can think of some things.
Mm-hmm.
So just they started a fucking quiz on the internet. He thought
Just
someone would be
put
really
this
into it.
thing in that place and fill in the rest of his foreskin.
This thing in that place. Weirdest thing. I don't know. I set up an entire picnic scenario on a beach that we would accidentally stumble over. So we're walking down the beach for a mile, and all of a sudden we get to a place where there is just a blanket on the ground with a lit fire and marshmallows out.
Oh, that's sweet.
Did it work?
Did it work? Of course it worked.
No, it didn't work because when they arrived, there was just a huge grass fire burning the whole area.
There wasn't. The person that I arranged to have it all there at that time was hiding in bushes away, and then that disappeared as soon as he saw us.
Oh, I'm glad that you added the whole they disappeared and not it was part of the fun that they watched us fuck on the beach. So.
Are you sure they disappeared, or why did they agree to help with us?
Mm-hmm.
They were my best mate at the time.
And
it was
that means what?
Do you know how it's surprisingly difficult to get firewood? We had to arrange firewood and fill the back of his car with it.
Well, that's why we don't have any trees in the UK. You cut them all down.
Not in the right place. Right.
That's why the New Forest had a massive fire all those fucking years ago, was it, Dave?
Actually,
you wanted to take someone to Bournemouth Beach and you burnt half the forest down.
Actually, Jenny, there's a lot of truth in that, and that has a lot to do with why the American colonies got started. Because England was worried about deforestation at the time. So they shipped the glassworks. They shipped the glassworks over to North America because they used so much firewood.
Mm.
There is actually a movement and an organization in the UK whose sole purpose is to reforest the islands.
Mm. Yep. Insane. Right, last question. Question 1476. Would you rather never be able to sit down again or never be able to lie down again?
Sit.
Lying down, I've slept in my chair on occasions.
Yeah.
I would say sit as well, I think.
Sitting can be painful enough for me as it is right now, so...
Excuse me.
So you basically have to stand and lie down the entire time?
Yeah.
Man, no.
So if you could never sit down, how would you do a lot of normal things like, sitting at a table and eating or sitting at your desk on the computer?
Well, this is my point.
There is a computer thing, a desk I seen. It's like 25,000.
A standing desk.
And it has the desk built in, everything's sort of magnetic, and it'll go right down. You can lie down and be in the computer like this.
Mm-hmm.
Tusk says, never stand when you can sit, never sit when you can lie down. Clockwork Rex says, what kind of question is this? It's a would you rather. It's a horrible question. Johan says, I give up sitting. They have stand-up desks. Rainbug says, gotta go with lie. So you can definitely sleep in a chair.
Okay, how about driving if you can't sit?
You have to drive standing up or lying down.
Yeah, you'd have to have a vehicle all specially equipped for it.
You gotta get on a train. You gotta go on a plane. Yeah, no, you couldn't sit down anywhere.
There's too much of our society that just wouldn't accommodate that.
Do people who drive those delivery trucks standing up, do they ever fall asleep at the wheel?
Who drives a delivery truck standing up?
There's a number of delivery trucks that are designed that people are basically standing up when they drive them.
No, there aren't.
Yes, there are.
Not that I'm aware of.
No, I've never seen such a thing.
Oh, yeah. You don't know that to be true?
No.
There was a big union fight of it over at UPS where, and the union lost, and they've removed all the seats in the UPS trucks. But they did gain.
That's just UPS being fucking too tight twisted to put
But
by chairs.
they did gain a left turn rule, which is no deliveries are planned or routed so that there's left turns. There's only right turns.
I don't think they've got that rule in this country.
They have not.
No, I cannot believe that they've removed the driver's seat from trucks because I cannot believe that would be legal in most states. First of all, it means the driver can't have a seatbelt.
Well, they suspend them from the ceiling.
Bluff!
So going back to, has Jenny ever lied on the street?
Clockwork Rex says, I can sleep while sitting. So I guess I go, right! Quick answers.
Yep.
Manda, what are you going to give up?
Lying down.
Purple.
Yeah, I'll sleep in my chair.
So lying down. Math Pig.
Yeah, I'm keeping lying down.
You're getting rid of sitting. Never drive again.
No,
Jenny.
no, I'll put up mirrors. So I look up. I'll be like,
Jenny.
No thanks. What?
Quick answer. Give up lying down or sitting?
Well, which would I get rid of?
Yes.
quick answer. Quick answer.
Sitting.
Get rid of sitting. Never be able to drive again. Jeff.
Sitting down, I'll get rid of that.
Oh, you'd never be able to ride a motorbike again.
Dave, I actually, as it is right now in my life, sitting down for too long can be fucking painful.
Oh, no, I totally have the same problem. I ended up on a fucking ball.
Well, lying down hurts me sometimes because of the batteries in my back. So sometimes it's better for me to fall asleep sitting up.
You can come lie on top of me, honey.
Well, actually, there's a loophole.
That sounds really creepy. And you don't have to have your sex toys that close.
Yep. But
Purple.
if you give up sitting down, you could still kneel.
Potentially.
I can't kneel either.
No.
Can you, Eileen?
Sorry.
Harmonica Man says pass. Mike.
Well, okay, yeah. Having heard the discussion, I think I'm going to change my answer to that I'd give up lying because I sit more than I lie. So yeah, I'd give up lying because I could easily fall asleep in my sofa, quite easily. So yeah, I'd give up lying.
Tobin says I'd rather lie down. I'll ride a standing scooter. Pogo Rex says lying down makes my side hurt. Harmonica Man says, well, I'm not going to stand up and shit. That's going to be complicated.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, but they
You
want
squat.
you squat. Time you can just use a bedpan if you're lying down.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big deal.
I mean,
Yeah, then you got to empty a
is,
bedpan every day.
the worst thing is, I haven't worked out a way. The one thing I hadn't that no one mentioned is I hadn't worked out whether or not you could lie on your back with your legs up like you were sat. So maybe you could lie against the wall. Does that make sense?
You're just going to sit in a different angle.
You're going to sit at a different angle.
That's all that is.
No, you're just sitting.
Well, lying would be defined as being horizontal, so... Yeah, there's a loophole there, Dave, maybe.
There is a loophole, I know. I just...
No, that
Always
one's
a
not legit.
loophole.
I like loopholes.
Yes. I'm surprised. The last few episodes, you haven't tried to make money out of anything.
Yeah, because I've been totally awake and not working really hard and tired.
Oh, if you sat in a recliner, then you could recline to a lying down.
No, because you couldn't go into that position. That's the point.
Your body would snap or something. Yeah.
Right.
Did you answer, Dave?
Oh, did I answer? Shit. No, I would. You've convinced me. I'd have to keep sitting. I'd have to give up lying down. Right. On that note, I have to say, Does anyone have anything to shill?
Probably gonna have another Twitter stream this Thursday afternoon. It's, I think that's Lauren Boebert. I think is going to be the subject of it this time.
Excellent.
So so more dumb fuckery Twitter in the world. Twitter.
Jenny,
What?
you got anything coming up?
Oh.
Nope. Purple.
Just my usual chats Wednesday noon, Thursday at midnight.
Well, actually, I suppose I could go on the air and on Tuesday and do a live stream of my mammogram. Anybody want to watch that?
Not especially.
Okay.
I'd also imagine wouldn't be very easy to do based on actually putting a camera anywhere near the X-ray machine.
I think
I don't know. You probably put it on the other side of the screen they're watching. Uhan says dance for super chat for $1.99. It's still here on my thing. And Kaz told me off yesterday for not having practiced.
I've got shooting the shit tomorrow night, 11.
Tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Wednesday night?
Yes.
Oh,
on the sofa is Thursday night.
What's shooting the shit then?
Shooting the shit is very informal. It's just an open stream, just talk about anything.
Okay. All right, I might be able to make that one. Amanda.
Vagrant Sam and I are streaming at some point this weekend about climate change memes, and I am interviewing Dr. Lawrence Krauss on Saturday at 8 p.m. on the EA show.
Who's he?
Yeah.
I was trying to big it up.
Seriously, it's so annoyed. I told like 4 people today, and like 3 of them didn't have a fucking clue. And I was like, "Sort out your fucking life, people. Go sort out." One of them was my dad. And he's like, "You're into this shit." What?
How do they not know who Lawrence Krauss is?
Because the people are uneducated. People are fucking stupid. The amount of I'm gonna be quiet.
He just wrote a book that actually isn't come out yet. I was hoping to read it before the interview, but on climate change. That's why I was asked to do it. So physics and climate science, kind of my jam. So
also, she can put her legs behind her head.
Yes, but we know it's the science that you're attracted to.
Yeah.
That pose
being at the same, so he's saying that she can be an expert in physics, and at the same time defy the laws of physics.
Precisely.
with the fucking bad legs and knees that she has, it definitely is defying physics.
You're attracted to the science, not the experiment.
Robbie.
All going well on Thursday. If I can get a panel together, we'll have an open mic, and we'll probably pick one of the topics that's. If someone can post the pinned tweet from my profile into the chat, there's a lot of topics on that. I don't know if anyone wants to pick one in particular or would like to be included in any of them topics. Let me know, and yeah, we're aiming for that on Thursday.
And that's it.
So far.
Well, I'll be on Purple streams on Tuesday at noon and Wednesday at noon and Thursday at midnight, and then of course movie night on Friday.
Very good. Right, I've got 2 new shows coming up. I've actually got 3, but one of them's just sitting here quietly. Right, one is very, very, very smutty. Kind of call my bluff show. If you want to be involved in that, please let me know. One is. Oh, I haven't gone that far. I've got a when. The only reason I'm telling people now is to see who's interested. And I've got, what the hell's the other one? It's gone out of my head completely. Oh! David Icke. So if you are pissed off by really, really weird conspiracy nuts and want to help us dissect David Icke interview, let me know.
Oh yes, so you know I'm up for that. You know I'm up for just ripping that fucking dickhead a new one, yeah.
You're on the list already.
Yeah.
I meant to ask Barman and I didn't get around to. Right, I hopefully will. But it should be fun. It's the guy that's interviewing him's not bad, but he just doesn't pick him up. So it should be fun to rip Ike to shreds. Right.
He tends to walk out whenever he's asked difficult questions anyway.
This is the other problem. This is why I think the interview went so long, because he wasn't challenged. But he does basically fucking wrap himself in circles. And he really, really, really thinks the whole COVID thing is a conspiracy.
He thinks everything's a fucking
We have to get Maya
conspiracy.
in. We'll have to get Maya in. She says she's going to be mad and start drunk cursing while sober. So
I'd like Maya. Right, on that note, I'm going to say thank you to Manda, to Mathpig,
thank you, Ike.
to Mike,
Thank you.
to Purple,
You're welcome.
to Jeff,
Oh, see you later.
and to Jenny.
Bye-bye.
And we will see you on this show next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.